Hello YouTube, my name is Plazukas. This is a video I didn't want to make, but we're sitting here waiting for the actual service to go live. They just posted that they'll go live in 30 minutes, but we had a whole hour after the 4-hour scheduled maintenance in what has been considered the normal, downtime for maintenance for the past month and a half of service. It is extremely apparent that communication is not something that this developer, this publisher is going to be very good at. We didn't even know that there was going to be another character inside the game. Hell has to not get much marketing, and the marketing that it did get was it pushing a Twitter saying it was available almost 12 hours ago when it's not even currently available until potentially 30 minutes from now. We also got a new character in this update. Again, not even marketed for anybody that wanted to know that, or if they're going to have characters in this game be content, which currently it is. That is the content in this game is character and then character story. That is content in this game. So in season 2, there will be, or I guess in 2 weeks, apparently there's going to be Maru and some other, character. And then in 2 weeks from there, there's going to be 2 more characters. In essence, we're going to be playing Calamity Ops. We're going to be playing The Expanse. We're going to be doing all the same cycle that we've been doing, all the content that we've been doing. And that's it. We have the 4 strikes. We have the 2 PvP maps. I'm sure there's going to be one extra strike, one extra PvP mode or PvP map that'll happen for season 2. Outside of that, I don't think there's an expectation for an activity. I don't think there's an expectation for identity for the seasons. There might be a dungeon at some point in the future, maybe, possibly, that just shows up that we can just kind of do and get maybe a unique reward for. Maybe there's a certain loot pool that's tied to that. Apparently, bows are going to be added to the game in this update, but this indicates to me a month and a half after live service. Like, this is the beginning of this game. And you might be like, well, give it time. No, I don't think you understand. Mobile games live and die by their cadence. We didn't even have an update patch last week. They took a week off, and we're only a month into service. You don't do that when a game just launched. You keep the momentum going. Now, to their credit, they're not trying to be a mobile game. They're trying to be a free-to-play online co-op game that has mobile game monetization schemes in it. In my opinion, they failed at the mobile aspect of the game. They failed at the monetization aspect of the game because unless you're just completely unaware or reckless with your money, you don't have to purchase anything in this game. You literally play Ningfei and you win all content. You will win all content going forward without Hellhest, without the new character this week, without the new character next week, and most likely without the new character on season 2. Obviously, if you want those characters, but the appeal of those characters, or in the gacha space, I would say it's probably not that exciting. Admittedly, there is no real sex appeal, which I find very, good. I don't want there to be sex appeal, but at the same time, if you expect to make money on a gacha, on a live service, you've got to do something to get people to feel like they need to spend money. And I just don't think the characters themselves, specifically with the fact that there's other characters in the game that out compete with them in every aspect, are going to sell themselves with how they're designed currently. The only way they would is if they're actually very strong and they actually do either new content or the old content better. Those things are not the case. These are both defense and support characters. 2 roles that we do not need in this game. Period. We need faster clear times because that's what the game wants from us. There's no care about survivability. There's no care about sustainability in the sense that it actually matters for most content. It's all about how fast can you exploit your moves to stay alive and how quickly can you progress through it. Now, that is skill-based in essence. You have to kind of, shuffle those abilities like you do with Ningfei, and the more you're able to do that, the better off you're able with content. But at the same time, that's not indicative of you know, a thing like Hellhast or the other character, which I can't even remember her name because it wasn't even marketed well. Go figure. I have extremely low expectations. I think this developer is behind. I don't think there's enough people working on this game, and I don't think they have a lot of hope uh, or you know, I don't even know if it's going to last a year. It might because it has to, because it's a live service game, because they've already invested so much that they're just willing to kind of go the distance. But it's going to be a really, really tight schedule. And I think, honestly, there's going to be a lot more bumps along the way because of just we're only a month and a half in. And you might be like, well, that's because, they're only a month and a half in. That's what, no, that's not the way it works. This content should have already been developed. There should have been a nice natural cadence. And the only cadence we get is 2 characters. You know what? They should only have 1 character in that regard. And hopefully that would have been able to give them more time to create some activities or other content, or even add some extra incentives to do these rewards off Pinnacle or increase the Pinnacles. They didn't do that either. My name is Bazookas. Thanks for watching, and good luck for the next month. And do not have high expectations for season 2. I wouldn't.